Do you know what our federal agencies are up to? Do you know what these federal departments are about to do? You know, we watch Congress and all the laws they pass, but our massive administrative state, as I call it, the federal bureaucracy, the departments and agencies, they pass laws too. That is the executive branch. Don't give me separation of powers. That doesn't exist anymore. So these federal agencies, according to E&E, well, they've got a packed schedule for you, ladies and gentlemen. Let me give you some examples quickly. The EPA has a full plate with more than 140 items on the docket. That's 140 laws, including its high-profile regulations tightening carbon dioxide emissions. That was carbon dioxide. That was an emission. You breathing out carbon dioxide so plants can create oxygen through photosynthesis. And if we don't have carbon dioxide, we don't have oxygen. Because we don't have plants. And our government's going to regulate carbon dioxide. How? Doesn't matter how. They want to shut down certain industries. These environmentalists, as I've said 1,000 times over the last 10 years, they may claim that they're green, but they're really red. They're the old Reds. And now they have power. They run these damn agencies. And as I've also explained before, and it's in Liberty and Tyranny, take a stadium with 10,000 seats. Do you know how many seats in our atmosphere represent carbon dioxide? 10,000 seats in the atmosphere. 4. Oh, my God, there may be a 5th seat. And we don't even have control over that. The sun does. The sun does. Just another excuse to destroy our society and control you. That's all it is. So they have over 140 laws on the docket, including regulating, tightening carbon dioxide. And you know, prior to 5 or 6 years ago, carbon dioxide was not considered a pollutant. Do you know carbon dioxide is not a pollutant? It can't be a pollutant. Carbon dioxide cannot be a pollutant because we cannot live without it. I'm not talking about carbon monoxide. It's carbon dioxide. Do you know what the biggest element is in greenhouse gases? It's water vapor. Overwhelmingly, the biggest part of the greenhouse, which is part of the atmosphere, is water vapor. They meant, greenhouse gases. Oh, my God, they're going to kill us. Greenhouse gases. Some of us are old enough to know what a greenhouse is. They're those glass houses, many of them in the Northeast, or colder areas, in the Midwest, too, in New England, wherever, where they create an environment where you can grow vegetation, even during the winter. Greenhouses used to be a very positive term. Now, what greenhouse gases? Oh, my God! Well, we can't live without greenhouse gases. This is what the liberals do. They dumb you down, the society, and then they start issuing laws. There, we got 140 of them coming from the EPA. And then we have the Interior Department. Now, that agency oversees energy development, wildlife protection, recreation. Imagine we have an agency that oversees recreation. 1/5 of the nation's land the Interior Department oversees, nearly all of its oceans. I know this because I was Deputy Solicitor of the Interior Department, and I was constantly fighting the bureaucrats who are dug in there, tens and thousands of them. They're working on rules governing hydraulic fracturing. Remember what that is, hydraulic fracturing? But for fracturing, or fracking, on private lands, we'd be importing so much more oil and natural gas from the Middle East and Venezuela and other friendlies. But it is really fracking or fracturing, both are correct, that can make this nation energy independent. And the Interior Department doesn't like it. So you know what they're going to do? Govern it, regulate it, lord over it. You know what else they want to do? More regulations on Arctic drilling. There's a tiny little percentage of the Arctic that we use. We can't do that. What are we going to do without 500,000 caribou? Wait a minute. They're breeding like deer. Doesn't matter. They want to manage oil shale. So they want to destroy that coming technology too. Oil shale and hydraulic fracturing. I mean, this is a disaster. And of course, more on the Endangered Species Act. I guess what's next? Endangered bacteria? Oh, you have bacteria on your land. Then the Department of Energy, which is actually the Department of No Energy. Remember? Department of Education is the Department of No Education. And down the alphabet lists of departments and agencies. The Department of Energy will maintain its renewed focus on energy efficiency requirements for various consumer and industrial appliances according to its agenda. Wow. What does that mean? Well, among the 82 activities listed, that is laws, are new or updated rules covering a variety of products, including residential boilers, vending machines, and commercial ice makers. That's right. It's right there under Article 1. The federal government gets to regulate commercial ice makers. DOE says in a statement accompanying the agenda that its regulatory activities are essential to achieving its critical mission and to implementing major initiatives of the President's national energy policy, meaning his national no-energy policy, which includes a major push to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. Yes, we can't live if the atmosphere is the atmosphere. And when we're done with carbon dioxide, we're going after water vapor. If we can ever figure out how to measure it and control it, we'll do that too. The department also points to its recently proposed efficiency standards for metal lamp fixtures, commercial refrigeration equipment, walk-in coolers, and freezers. And what else is it looking at? Battery chargers, external power supplies. Oh my God, what's next? Toasters? But don't worry, you voted for Obama. Always those free contraceptives. There's always an upside.